So Greg mentioned in a previous video that you need to pick a theme and then delete the excess. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to pick this black, white, and gold theme. And I'm going to show you exactly how I lay this out. And I'm going to delete everything that's extra. We went through and deleted everything except for the white, gold, and black pages. So we went down from 76 pages all the way down to 19. So obviously you need your book to be longer than 19 pages. So I'm going to show you how to duplicate a page. So let's say we're going to duplicate this bio page. Let's say Calvin Bacon has a wife and you want the exact same layout. So you'll just take this, click on these buttons here and say duplicate page. And the second page comes right up and you can just work off of that. Super easy. So you can get this down exactly how you want it and then just duplicate the page. You can do that with the picture pages, the additional stories, anything you want. Let me show you exactly how you will set this up. Step one is to go to the cover page and you're going to fill in your family tree. Change the name up here to your family lines and fill in all of this information here. Step number two will be to fill out this family tree. You'll start with the first couple that you're going to start the book with, whether it's you or your parents or your grandparents. This is the couple that you're going to start with, and then you're going to fill out the tree accordingly. So before each bio, I will insert one of these family trees so we know exactly who we're talking about and exactly how we're related to those people. So if we're starting with these first people here, I'll take this circle, and this is a little too big, so we're going to shrink it down. And I'll circle the couple, and then this arrow is also a little too big. We're going to shrink it down. And if you don't like the arrow flipping that way, you can just go up to flip, and you can have it go all sorts of different ways, however your little heart desires. So once you have this filled out, we would get a bio page for Calvin and Kara. So I will drag which one of these bio pages that I want, and I will drag it over here, and I'll drag Kara's over here. And so the book would start with, here's our family tree. These are the next people we're going to talk about. And here are their bios. So you already have this filled out for all of these people. So the next one that you would do, you would just go ahead and copy this page, duplicate it, second page, and then you're going to insert it after this couple. And then once you're here, you're going to just say, okay, I'm going to go with Henry and Patricia now. And you'll move that over. And then you'll decide which layout you want for Henry and Patricia. And you'll move them over. And let's say you just want the exact same layout for Henry and Patricia. And then you'll just take this one again, this family tree, and you're going to duplicate this page. And you're going to insert that after Henry and Patricia. And then depending on how you're going to lay your book out, we'll just keep moving on up the line like this. And you're going to continue to add your stories. We'll add the next stories will be of James and Jane. And just decide which layout you want. We'll duplicate it and drag it on over. Maybe we want that one again, duplicate it. And you'll fill out all this information for James and Jane. And you'll just continue doing that, duplicating this family tree until you have all the information that you're wanting for this page. So once you've done all of the information from this specific family tree and you have more lines to go up, so let's say you have Jane's parents that you want to do and you have several more generations. So the next one you would start with would be these people. And let's see, we would go over to this layout. And you would have James and Jane starting here, and then you would go to Jane's family line. And so you would circle whoever it is that you're working on, but then you know exactly how the line continues on. I'm going to go over to the family history book that I'm currently working on to show you. So this is the original chart. So these are the two people that we are originating the family tree from. So when I made this book, I first started with this person and went up her family tree. And then I started with his and went up his family tree. So before each individual couple, I have a family tree like this. And then I have the people circled who I'm about to share a story with. So let's say it starts getting further and further up, and we start with these people, but we need more room to investigate the rest of the family tree. So let's see. So let me go back here. So it's this side right here. So we're going to have them be the starters. So from here, we'll start with this couple and we're going to go up this line. And the next people we are going to have a bio on are this couple here. So I've placed this chart, I'll circle them, and then the next people over will be their stories. So because these two didn't have a huge story, I combined pages. A lot of them have their own stories, and so I will do a separate page for each individual, just depending on what you want to do and how you want to lay out your book. Something I want to note, if you are going to continue with the color coding, so let's say you are doing your original couple will be your parents. So for your maternal side, it will all be gold, and your paternal side will all be silver. So when you get to these layouts, if you're doing any side of your mom, you want it to be gold. And so I want to show you how to change this color here if you need it to be gold or vice versa. So right now, everything is grouped together. So this whole chart is grouped together. So if you need to move it, you can move it. If you need to shrink it, you can shrink it. But in order to change any of these elements, you're going to have to ungroup it. You want to be very careful with the ungrouping because if you move anything, all of these little parts are completely individual if they're not grouped together. So you want to ungroup it, click out of it, and then just go to this one little tiny box here of silver. And we're going to go up to the color and change it to gold. Okay, and that's all we want to do. So we want to regroup it, but we don't want the arrow and the circle to be grouped together because we want this to still be movable. So we're going to move this clear out of the way over here so that they don't get grouped together. And you want it to be out of the way, otherwise it's going to group together. You'll be able to see what you can group. So we'll go like this. We're going to regroup everything, group this together, and now it's all one movable piece again. And then you can move this guy back over to wherever you need him to go. You can also do this on the paternal side. So MM down here is for the maternal side. Over here is the paternal side. So these are all silver. And you can do the same thing with the ungrouping down here. You have these other lines here that are for the paternal side. And then here is the maternal side. So you'll just want to make sure you're choosing the correct layout for whatever situation you're in.